back in the summer, we began planning to do something that would kind of honor the values and the memory of Ceili. And as you know, Ceili was very committed to and passionate about service. She was kind of an introvert by nature, but she made a conscious choice to put herself out there and into positions where she would be challenged to make contributions. So this is our way of kind of carrying that legacy on. And Ted, when we were on your show back in August with some of the other folks at JM, who were also organizing the Rachel's Challenge, and Leslie, you want to talk a little bit about Rachel?
Yeah, Rachel was the first victim of the Columbine shooting. But that's what we also know about her. But what we really know about her was she was a writer, a gifted writer, and she was super kind. She wrote about how random little acts of kindness can go such a long way. And Mr. Hine at the school really knew Ceili as well and saw such a connection between Ceili and Rachel and wanted to ask us to put off the service day for a month to October 29th. And so we was like, sure. So they got Rachel's Challenge in September, and it's a program that's going to continue, as will the Day of Service. And had such a successful day. We're going to have another one in the spring, so we're hoping to do it twice a year.
So it's all about doing little acts of kindness to make really the world a better place, and Rachel's concern was about bullying, and the extent to which people can be just kind and compassionate, empathetic to each other can make a world of difference. So that was something that I think Ceili cared about as well. So we wanted to tie these two events together. And so the Day of Service happened on Saturday, and it was wonderful.
And you had locations around the city where various things were being done.
Well, the Lois Ann Hope House, we did decoration. We decorated the house, and we finished painting the steps at the student section at Moy Stadium. And we were part of the Butts Are Litter Too Green and Clean campaign that Friends of the Rappahannock was also a part of, and we got to pick up a lot of trash in the city. A lot of yard work was done, and so those are kind of the highlight.
When we say we had 4 or 5 dozen students at James Monroe High School that volunteered that did the work.
That's fantastic.
Gave them gloves and waters and sent them out, and they did it all. It was really incredible.
On a very low budget, Wegmans provided water. JM allowed us to come into the school and market this day, and wow, it just came together so quickly. So especially this past week. So,
and like you say, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to build a ramp necessarily or put a roof on a house. Sometimes just little small things just are huge to, and each of those ones that you mentioned, those are big items in themselves.
Yeah, and Ceili saw that just spending an hour or two doing something that would be challenging for a senior citizen or for somebody who had difficulties to do makes a huge difference. And then if you can get 6 or 10 people contributing those few hours, you can do something really big and powerful.
Well, because of I can't imagine. It has to be just incredibly difficult in these days. But to do things like this, and to know that this is something that Ceili would have been involved in, that's got to be just such a calming thought that these are things that she would have wanted to be doing.
Yeah, and it's been 9 months since Ceili died, and the longer the time goes on, the greater the sense is that she's becoming less real and tangible and more of kind of an idea, and we want that idea to live on as long as possible forever, and through those values that she had of caring, loving, making the world a better place. She became a very active volunteer in her community at UVA, and we're trying to take up that torch and live those values ourselves and find ways to share it with young people.
And that's what makes this so good, that even in future years, while some of the participants this weekend knew about, may have known Ceili. In the future they won't, but they don't. That doesn't matter ultimately. That they're continuing on, and you're able to continue this on.
Right.
But we're able to continue this on because of our amazing community. And I think that's where it all gets back to. A year ago, our community sent Ceili and us to Colorado. A little wish that came about in like 2 days here from your show.
Yeah.
And Dee and.
Yeah, it was incredible, and that's one of the take-homes for us is that Fredericksburg really is a special place. The community here is so caring and so willing to help. We have an organization that helped our family quite a bit, the Fairy Godmother Project. And that's unique to Fredericksburg.
Mm-hmm.
That type of an organization doesn't exist in other places. And so often we talk to friends who are going through the kind of things that we did with a sick child, and they live in a community where that doesn't exist. So they have to rely on friends and family, and sometimes those networks aren't as strong as an organization that can step in and help like that. But the message for us is just what an amazing community we have here in Fredericksburg.
And there's the Leslie the Ceili Leahy scholarship continues on, and that's a chance where people can get involved and reach out even and help others.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
This was also the day of service to draw awareness to the service scholarship. In the spring, we actually pulled it together very quickly, had fantastic applicants, and a student was awarded a $2,500 scholarship at the JM graduation. Super candidate recipient, and we're collecting money now, and it's all tax deductible, and we're at about $1,100 right now, so that's super.
And our goal is to have an annual scholarship that will go on for years and years, where we can provide a nice chunk of money for a student that has been and plans to go into a career of public service or community service. Ceili was very interested in global sustainability. Mm-hmm. She had planned to go into the Peace Corps and to make a career in service. And so the scholarship is awarded to a student that has a record of kind of living by those values and has a plan for going off to higher education or trade school. That really carries that flame.
If someone wants to participate with that scholarship and give to that scholarship, what's the best way to do that?
So currently, checks are to the James Monroe High School, JMHS, and you can just send them right to the school itself. You could, and it will go into, and you should put in the line item, the Ceili Leahy Service Scholarship. We're going to be opening up, hopefully, the PayPal soon. But the PayPal takes 3%, I think. So checks are the best. Cash, checks are the best way.
Go straight in.
Yep, and then we'll give you a thank you and a receipt, and it's great. So it's a win-win. So the school, the city schools have been just amazing, especially her James Monroe High School.
Well, just the fact that you got to do this yesterday, and the first of the first of these days, that's a big event. That's got to be exciting that you got to do this.
Yeah, and we had fantastic weather and great strong showing with the kids, and I think all the projects went really well. So.
And our great T-shirts, gosh.
Oh, the T-shirts are fantastic.
The day of service.
Yeah.
These are just rocking. Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to do something and get a T-shirt out of it? And the fun thing will be, because I've noticed this over the years, like with the Great Train Race, you see those shirts, or you'll see them around town. You'll see people wearing them, and you'll know what they get.
That is the goal. We want these students to wear them.
So, raise awareness, and maybe next spring we're planning to have another day of service in the spring. There will be a little more awareness, and again, it's about people. Being tuned into the needs of their neighbors and stepping in to help.
Now, that's to learn that as a student. I wish I had gotten involved more when I was in high school, and it wasn't until later. And you're helping teach them that and show them that there's a way that they can help.
Yeah, and Ceili taught us that. Our generation, I think we were a little more self-absorbed and didn't really look outside of ourselves until after we'd finished college. But Ceili, and part of it is, I think, the the efforts of the school administrators and teachers to really instill a sense of community service, and Ceili really taught that to us.
And our religious communities have tremendous service around here. There's just so much. Fredericksburg just has it all.
Again, Leslie, if someone wants to give to the scholarship, they just give straight to JM?
JMHS. That's just a check out, make a check to them and send it right directly to the school.
To the Service Scholarship Fund.
And put a line item to the Service Scholarship.
Okay, or drop it off at the school. Well, thank you both for coming in, and we will definitely stay in touch, and we'll get together before the spring event and give people information on that.
All right, sounds good. Thanks again, Ted.